Let's get into it. And really what we're going to do today is we're going to connect kind of what we did yesterday with angles and everything with sine, cosine, and tangent. So a lot of this is just a reminder. I'm going to box in so you guys know sine, cosine, tangent. Sine's opposite over hypotenuse, cosine's adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent's opposite over adjacent. Okay, that's what we've been doing so far this whole chapter almost. These are the three most popular trigonometric ratios. There are three other ones that I want to talk about for just a second. They're really straightforward. You just don't end up using them very much, but I do want to talk about them. We've got cosecant, abbreviated CSC, secant, abbreviated SEC, and cotangent, abbreviated COT. So what these are just the reciprocals, or flipping the fractions of their counterparts, which are beside each other. Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so it's hypotenuse over opposite. Cosine is the reciprocal of secant, or I guess you would say it the other way around. Secant is its reciprocal, where it was adjacent over hypotenuse, and the secant is the hypotenuse over the base. It's flipping it. Same with cotangent. Tangent opposite over adjacent. Cotangent is the inverse of that, or the reciprocal of that. Adjacent over opposite. And because we are going to use these ratios just a little bit today with what we talk about, let's go ahead and get started. So that's just an example with some numbers if you want to see. Really what I do when I go through and find these, which we'll do in the examples, I find sine, cosine, tangent, and then to find the other three ratios, I just flip them. So sine, I'll flip sine to 5 over 4, cosine, flip to get secant, tangent, flip to get cotangent. Okay, so let's talk about this. It's a big, long word problem, but I'll draw it out and we'll talk about it. And we're actually going to end up using these formulas down here, and you'll see why. So it says the terminal side of an angle, theta, in standard position contains the point -3, -4. Let me draw that. Let me draw what that would look like. So if I'm at -3, -4, I'm down here in this quadrant, which is important. And it's the terminal side of this angle. So let me draw. I guess I should actually be drawing this thing in black. Okay. Here's my angle right here. And what we're going to do, so this is -3, -4. What we're going to do is we're going to draw and make this a triangle. And then I'll talk a little bit about how it relates to the formulas at the bottom. It wants to find the exact values of the 6 trig ratios for this. So we're going to find the sine, cosine, the tangent, and then the cosecant, secant. I may need more room than that. So we're going to need the secant over here, cosecant, which should be easy to find once we find the first three, cotangent. And this point down here is -3 and -4, okay? And then we would go through and find the hypotenuse. And what the hypotenuse is, if you look at these formulas down here, you'll see this letter R. What that is actually the hypotenuse from this. And you can find, and we're going to be using these formulas to find these things. So the picture is just going to show us how we can actually use these formulas. So theta would be in this little angle right here. And sine is, and I'll show you that here in a second, I guess. Let's find R. R is the square root. Really use the Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse. It's the square root of -3 squared, and then plus -4 squared. And if you do that here, I'm going to skip a few steps, but you actually get +5 when you do that. So this hypotenuse is +5. And when you're doing this, R will always be positive. Okay, so that's the picture. So I'll talk about sine right here, how it relates to the picture, and then we'll just use these formulas at the bottom to find everything else. So sine is y over r. What that is that is the y value over the radius that you just found, or it's the hypotenuse in the picture. So see, that's because sine is opposite. Let me get a different color. So sine is opposite, like -4, over hypotenuse, -5. And that's the same in this picture. Make sure you bring the sine with it. So see, using our formula, all you have to do is plug in the y coordinate to the y part, and then find r. So our r was +5, and plug that into the r part. and you get negative 4 over 5. Okay, so now without the picture, so you don't need to draw a picture for all of these, we're going to keep using the formulas. Let's go over here and look at cosine. Cosine's x over r. So the x value here is negative 3, and then the r is 5. That doesn't change for all of these. All of these are, r will be 5 in all of these for this problem, because we found it and it's the same for each pair of coordinates it gives you. Now let's go find tangent. And then once we flip our three fractions, it will have all the answers. So tangent is y over x. So y was negative 4, and then x is negative 3, and negative 4 over negative 3 is the two negatives divided by each other. You can just write it as positive 4 over 3. So those are your three answers for sine, cosine, and tangent. So it's similar to finding the ratios that we did the very first day last week. And now you just flip your three fractions. So secant will be, the sine is negative 4 over 5. Secant will be negative 5 over 4. You can write the negative in the denominator if you want to. I usually just write it in the numerator. Cosecant will be the flip of the cosine right to the left of it. It will be negative 5 over 3. And then cotangent will be 3 over 4. And you don't need to change any signs or anything for these. So if it starts off negative, it'll stay negative. If it starts off positive, it'll stay positive. So there is your answers for all of these. Oops, positive 4 over 3. Okay, let's go do one more, and I'll show you basically how you don't need to draw a picture for these. All you need to do is find r and then use these formulas. So I'm actually going to bring, okay, I brought these formulas down so we could use them for this problem too. So let me show you how you can do these problems pretty easily. This part's going to be the same for all of them. The terminal side of theta in standard position, whatever. That just sets up the picture for you to use these formulas down here. And I want you to find the exact values of the 6 trig ratios. Or I guess it calls them functions here. So that means we're going to find sine, we're going to find cosine, we're going to find tangent, and then the bottom we're going to do cosecant. Secant. And I always write them beside the ratios that they're opposites of. And I guess in this case they're up and down. But the first thing you want to go do, it gives you the x and y value, and then we want to go find r. I'm going to scroll over here a little bit and find r. So r equals the square root of x squared plus y squared, which is just going to turn out to be the hypotenuse, but that's the square root of negative 6 squared. When you do this in your calculator, make sure you put parentheses around that negative number. Plus 2 squared. Negative 6 squared is 36. 2 squared is 4. And if you add those two things together, you get 40. And I know we did do a chapter in the past about simplifying square roots. We're just going to leave this as the square root of 40. It's okay if you leave it that way for what we're doing today. So now I'm going to come over here. R that I just found was square root of 40. So x over r, or let's start with sine, sine's y over r. Y is 2. And then in the denominator, I'm going to have square root 40. And then cosine is the x value over the r value, so x is negative 6. Make sure you bring the negative with it. And then r is square root 40. And then tangent's y over x. Y, we will reduce this fraction here in a second. Y is 2. X is negative 6. And then simplify that, you get negative 1 over 3. And like I said, I usually put the negative on the top. It's okay if you have 1 over negative 3. That's the same thing. So there's our three answers so far. Scroll down just a little bit. And then for cosecant, secant, and cotangent. Now you just flip your fractions. So I have a square root of 40 over 2 for cosecant. For secant, I've got square root of 40. This is negative, so I'm going to put the negative at the top. And then it's over 6. And the last one, cotangent. Go ahead and flip this one. When you flip negative 1 over 3, you get negative 3 over 1, which you can write, or I usually just write negative 3. Okay, so the problems do look complicated, and there is a lot going on, but what I would suggest is do what I just did here. You don't need to draw a picture. You just need to go find r and use these formulas right here with r, okay? and you don't need to include, it says y can't be 0, x can't be 0, y can't be 0. All that's talking about is it doesn't want to make the denominator, it doesn't want to make it be undefined with the denominator 0. You don't need to worry about that to find the answers for this one, okay? So I attached your problems there on, or they're from your book, and I have that information, LMS and Word Web and everything. Please let me know if you guys have any questions.